just gonna see if I have beer here. This is the only way I can chat for this team, unfortunately. Kitty here too. All right. So what are we working on today? So what I'm trying to do now is dynamically generate this list. Oh wow, that's loud. Oh my god. On that one just because it's so loud. Yeah, so music's by Harris Heller. He gives music that you're free to stream. He's pretty cool. But what we're doing today is we're trying to automatically generate this list. I've made these small items here that are easily configurable, that have like an image amount, and an item level. And what I need to do now is when you hit the show all button, this currently pops up, but as you can see, it's not dynamically generated, so it just does that. I just want to dynamically generate the list so you can see two things. So I'll use this widget for. The first thing is I will use it for the show all button so you can see all of the rewards and that you can earn as you level up. And then also I want to make it, as you can see here, successfully unlocked. So when you actually come back to the map and you successfully unlock something, I want this to pop up and show what you unlocked. So we should be able to give a call back here that is really able to show some of that stuff. Though I think I'll just show the last level. Showing more levels might be interesting. I'd have to go in and change the API to give the client back which levels got redeemed. But then we kind of get in this back and forth blocking behavior that I didn't want to bother with. So I'm not going to worry about that for now because I just want to get something up. The goal is to finish this off tonight, so then tomorrow I can work with Julian to get the weapon sockets and equipment working. So we can start to generate the content for the battle pass as well. We have some of the content generated, but we just need to get the systems all in place so it's all tied together. So what is next step? So the next step was to figure out how I store what the battle pass looks like for the client. Yeah, you can see here I was debating different methods here. This doesn't have to be here. Saving files now. So I had these functions that were like get this right, and the idea I had was I just needed a map because really at the beginning when I was starting, I really just needed to know the level and what the picture was. Then I realized that some things are going to have an amount, so that means that I need 3 things. You can't, when you're making a map in Unreal Engine, you know, you don't get to pick 3 things. You only get 2 things in a map. So then I'm either going to have to do like, you know, maps of maps, like multiple maps, and then that starts to get hairy. But at this point, it kind of just screams to me like use a data structure. And then I'm gonna try 2 methods because once I create a data structure, I can make it into a data table if I wanted to. That's how we do abilities, and they look like pull up the ability table just so I can see a look at it too. So the benefit of that is that they can each be their own assets. I could have like season 0 be one, you know, like Battle Pass season 0, Battle Pass season 2, as each has their own data table, easily store it. Doesn't bloat the client at all because as soon as I stop using and referencing it, it won't get packaged. So there's large benefits. It's easy to just read like this. It's by far easier to read, and it's fairly simple to edit. I'll have something like this. I'll have a lot less options. Like this is all the stuff that we need for an ability. And to be honest, we could probably clean this up a bit. Yeah, so it would be a little bit easier. In that regard, the other option would be just to make an array of structures, which is not bad. I want to say maybe some of our functions already did something like that. Maybe like here, like you'd get something kind of like this. I can't even put the defaults because it's a structure here. But the benefits of that is that one, it can be an array. It's already arrayed. If I put it in a data table, there's no simple function or blueprint node that lets me like turn a data table into an array. Ultimately, that makes it easier for me because I can just iterate through the array. But storing variables like that will add client overhead. It'll be real small because the structures will be small, and they're not used. So I think that perhaps garbage collection might like help clean that up. I'm not sure exactly. I would assume, I guess not, because it has to hold the defaults, but I don't know if they would be loaded into memory or if they would be on disk, you know, until they were accessed, or if they weren't accessed, if it would be smart enough not to load them into memory. So I could like load all these images from past battle passes like into memory. I could delete the variables, but then I would lose what the battle pass entailed at that point. So then I had to keep separate records, or go back in time. So that's what like leads me towards the data table. And then there's 2 options. One is I could include every level, which is nice because I think anybody going to read that code would instantly understand it. So the ease of use with it is fun. The bad part is if I wanted to, for example, like fill it all out and like tons of the levels are just going to be coins. Now I'm going to have to fill out each one of those rows if I used all the levels. If I just chose milestones like this, that could just be like my current method, which is just like, hey, here's what the default level is, right? Here's the image and the item ID and so forth, and the amount, which is nice because it makes it a lot faster to create this part of the battle pass. To be honest, creating 50 rows isn't that bad. Manipulating the rows into an array is probably like the more painful part. And I think that like perhaps like generating the array of structures code could be awkward, but I think it's possible. You can kind of see here, I have the basics here where I want to create a function where you pass in the starting level and the ending level that you want. So then you can, so then it'll hopefully like generate this array, shoot out this array back to me. Right now it's listed as a map, but I'm going to change it to an array of data structure, my data structure. Because otherwise, like if I just wanted to keep the map strategy, then I would need to like code in like, here's the amount of coins and things like that by default into all these places, and then the code's going to sprawl, and if you wanted to change something like that, it would be a headache. This will let me like keep it consolidated. I put it in Steam stats because it is by its nature very much tied to the Steam stat system, because that's where your XP is stored, that's where your level's stored, so I'm just going to put everything. I'm going to make it centralized around that. The other reason is it kind of puts it in a nice spot where if we wanted to like add on to other platforms, this kind of creates like the collection of work. All of our Steam BPs would show the collection of work that we would need to redo to kind of be multi-platform, because we need to like abstract all of this away, right? And change it all. I mean, to be honest, if we went cross-platform, we probably wouldn't use the Steam stat system. We'd probably use Epic's new online services and so forth that let us more easily cross-platform stuff. But right now, we're focusing on just trying to create some mechanisms that encourage people to come back and play regularly, every day, like add some more account progression so there's meaning to play than just like stacking up some leaderboard wins. And we're hoping that will have a huge impact on player retention. And really, we have a lot of players coming in. People like the game, so retention is just what we need to focus on to get those player numbers up and I think make the game far more entertaining than it is right now. So that being said, I'm going to make the data structure in blueprints. I already started it here. I just say it's blueprint type. This lets me make it a table. I could just get an array of the keys and have the table of the row names and then just build the table up. The other thing is if I know that the row name is the level here, then that's pretty good. I wonder if they have to be like I have this row name, right? Oh gosh. Yeah, that sucks. Like I could just make this row name the level and take the level off. I'm really gonna access the level, but then when I pass the structure around, it wouldn't have a level in it, which would be like really painful. So I would need the level and the row name. I could just make them be the same all the time, which I think is what I'm gonna have to do. So like the row will be named 1, and then the level would also be 1. Just so I could have an integer that I'm passing around on the structure. And I can convert integer to a text field with a little node, so that lets me like scroll through them without having to like load the whole table every time. That's pretty good. It does let me, then I can store some stuff in the table too that like isn't tied to a level by giving it special names and stuff, and that would help a bit too. The real question that I'm kind of curious about and what I want to do is if I want to include stuff that I don't need now, but I might need later, like what the item ID is and things like that. So, because I don't need it on the client side. The client doesn't care what the item ID is. but like it might be just good for data saving practices to have it. I think I'll just skip it for now. I can always add it later. It's not that hard. That's one of the benefits of making the structure here. I don't know why this text is red. Generated body. Yeah, it's probably just because it's not built yet. I haven't compiled this, so it's not available. So I have a level, I have a texture, I have an amount. Is there anything else that the client would need to know about to properly display it? Not really right now. I suppose I could do like a boolean for whether or not it's a milestone. Bool, do I want to say is milestone? I don't know. I think I'll just call it milestone. And that would let me, because one thing I was thinking about doing, I don't know why it does that, was, oh gosh, is it not bool? What is it? No, it is bool. I don't know. Probably just not building yet, so. Yeah, you said bools and floats. Yeah, I don't know why it's mining at me. We'll compile and see if it mines at me after I compile. So we know whether or not it's a milestone. That would let us do things like change the border color if we wanted to do that. It also does. It's also important because I do this like is milestone check on the UI to try to show you the next milestone, which is pretty good. Yeah, so I think that mostly covers everything. So we'll go ahead and compile. I just need to move forward on this, as I hadn't thought about this for too long the other day, and kind of like stress more than I should have. Why is this failing to compile? So now we hit compile here. So this will give me access and then the blueprints to do it, which I'm going to do a lot of it via blueprints. I think it's control. So I'll create a new data table here in just a second when this gets done compiling, and I'll be able to make a data table of that. That's working. I can check out. I'm kind of curious what the Twitter post looks like. email items. Maybe it's retweeted because it's a bot or something. Check chat. Check Steam chat. Cool. Oh wow. I have no regulator. Wow, that is. I mean, it might be laggy because I have it paused. Yeah, I think so. Weird that it even like is playing even though I have it paused. Oh yeah, I hit play. No more lag. It's like trying to play like 1 frame a second even when I have it paused. Maybe that's like how they're trying to keep the page active. Oh good. Messages here. Why is that taking so long to compile? It usually does not take this long. Just give it 2 seconds while we're looking at it, just to see if that was the problem. I'll just double check my task manager, make sure I don't have anything. Oh, OBS eats up a decent amount of CPU, so that's gonna slow it down. Gosh, I really wish. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that then, because Steam, you can see the Steam client web helper was eating up a lot. Closely images. Need that, I need that. Don't need this anymore. I don't need this. Recompile failed. Okay, so it looks like it built a lot more modules than it should. That's really weird that that's an error. Yeah, there's this voice module. I wonder how easy it is to use and get working. And like, the other big thing about that too is that then you have to have like bans for people that are just way over the line. I want to create a system of like banning and evidence and so forth. Quite yet, so we haven't focused on allowing people to chat with each other yet. I kind of want to get like a VPN and like another PC and jump on some of the bigger games and see, you know, how they deal with someone that's super toxic. Gosh dang. Like, does Fortnite do if someone's just like on chat and they're like always like bad? Do they ban them? Do they mute them? Do they give you a warning? Well, it took a lot less this time. If I can't compile it right now, I'm gonna be so confused. I did wipe like a bunch of plugins, but like I don't think I wiped anything that is that crazy. So let's try this here. I'll try building with Visual Studio and see if we run into any problems. Yeah, you can see here, boom, boom, boom. I didn't run into the same problems. Maybe it has something to do with like the DLs being used or something. But I don't think we even use voice anywhere, so that's surprising. And this we kind of do use though. That wasn't played, right? Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I don't know. The other thing I need to do is go here, properties, local beta, switch over to the staging branch. Just so when I do launch the game, it's testing against the staging branch. What am I doing? Okay, so it's built, so now I need to relaunch. While that's launching, I should get some water. I should have got some before I started. Hey, Amadeus. My kitten is here. They're gonna go crazy when I open up that fridge, thinking that they're gonna get something, but they're not. Then we go here, and we go to probably miscellaneous, yeah, data table. I should have Battlepass item data here. Boom. So, boom. And then we'll call this data table Battlepass season 0. See, I have my level, my display texture, my mouse down, so I can come up here. Hit add row right here. One stack. Now 100. It's not a milestone, right? And now I have it here. And then I can just if I maybe do it like that. Check that for now. 3. this would actually be like 4. Kind of wonder now if I guess it doesn't really speed things up at all, but it does help me keep track of it a little bit easier. Just make like 11. And 4. The amount is in fact, yeah, 100. This will be 5. This amount will be 1. Actually, I'm going to say 0 because I'm going to do like an if the amount is 0, then don't show the amount on the texture. That way, if we ever wanted to show x1 for some reason, we could do so. Since it's going to be a milestone, let's take a different cut. Let's take a different texture here. Sure, make it character class for now. Mark that as in fact a milestone. Six, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, and oh, I just thought of something. What happens if I have like 2 things on the same level? That'll be a little bit harder, but I can figure that out later. Let's see if the Battlepass is successful before we start worrying about that. I think we'll have to have lots of content. People that can help us create content to get to the point where there's that many multiple rewards, right? And we can say like, this is like not gonna punch or something. 11. 11. 1, 1. Now we save, so now we have the stated table, which just gives us a little bit more to work with. So I definitely want this open. And I definitely want the Steam stats open again. This is ultimately going to go and change these functions now, so I can just change them here and make sure they print out the same thing, and generally things would be okay. But it also might change like exactly, instead I might just say like get next milestone, and then I can pass the data structure instead, right? So I could like clean some of this up too, because before I'd like pass the level back, and then you take the level, and then you'd call to get the image if you wanted the image and things like that. Which like keeps it like nice and modular because like they're very different things, but I think ultimately now that I have these data structures, I can just pass you the data structure and give you, then you don't have to call. Like I just called get next milestone, I have like get level structure, I would have like, oh, is this next level image too? Oh no, okay, I see. Oh, I see what I was doing. That's kind of clever. So we're going to call this instead get multiple level data. Right. And now it this will return an array of levels requested. this is a big advantage of like if I did the data structure method instead. Like, for example, I could like create a variable. And I can say this is a gas battle pass item data, and it's a structure. It's an array. Wait, what is this? It's a set. Interesting. And then I would add them this way instead. The benefit here is that definitely I can easily have things that have the same level, right, in the array. It can be unwieldy to like pull specifics out of the array, but like, you know, the problem now is that I definitely can't have multiple things on the same level here because the way I'm going to pull their name is difficult. The other interesting thing is like finding the last key in the array is like I could do this, right? Before. But I can't do this now. I'd have to like pull the data, turn the data table into an array of the data structs, right? Then make arrays of like the level to figure out like what the last level of the table is, I think. Let's see what we have. What options do we have for data table, right? So we have this, right? Data table. We'll do that. Export from the data table all the row for one column. Export it as a string. The row name is not included. Oh, it's an array of strings. It does not export it as it should say export as an array of strings. So I could do this, and I could transfer these into ints. Like, can I just like do it? Oh, interesting. So that's not that good. So we can see what else we can do here. Because I also have this, right? Because all these are also the level, but those also have the same problem where I need to like go through the array, change them to ints, and then I'd have it like I have an array of levels. Battlepass. After that, you may opt to give the default price. And then, okay, yeah, of course, but we'll say it's 11 for now. And the reason we want this is now we can, because before I was even wrong, because I was assuming the last Battle Pass level would always be a milestone, which like was my plan, and probably will always be the case, but like you never know, right? So this last Battle Pass is like the safe ending level here. So what this says is if the ending level that got supplied to this function is equal to 0, then like then that's a safe ending level there. If the ending level is equal to 0, then I just want to go to the last level. And then so I just say get the last level and set it to the safe ending level. Otherwise, I want the safe ending level to be the ending level. I probably want to make sure that this right here, this safe ending level, is not higher than the actual levels that I have. Oh no, I guess I could have like the default logic here too if I wanted to. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could add a default level image and the default level amount. I could just create a little default structure here. Okay, so we'll let that happen. And then we just want to check that the ending level that we chose is greater than the starting level. Otherwise, like, what the hell are we even returning to you? This will now be the gas battle pass item data, and it's going to be an array of them. Battle pass item data. Sometimes if it doesn't automatically translate, you have to do that. So let's see, the first thing is we check, and this is season 0. I'm going to promote this to a variable. when you promote like that, one of the benefits is whatever was there just gets automatically passed as the default value. And then I'm just gonna put that here. We're gonna put that at the top. Did not put the E on there, so just cut it off. I didn't put the E, weird. Pull that back. Branch. And if it's true, then we want to get data table row, so we know that it exists. And then, yep, that's why we made this a variable. Local variable, we'll call this Battlepass item data. Can I just treat, since it already exists, can I just say Battlepass item data? I guess not. I'm just gonna call it Battlepass items. I don't know why it will let me not do that. And add. So we want to take this array and we'll add to it this. So we don't have to really worry about the row not found. Like this should, I'll just print here and say this should never happen. Failed to find Battlepass row. This should never happen. I find that these small errors will oftentimes like save you in the long run because you just think it's never supposed to happen, so you just never test your hypothesis and it just causes you problems. So yeah, so we've added that to the array. Theoretically, the first time I hit a level that wasn't this, I could probably like break and get out of the loop because I think all others wouldn't exist. But like, I guess I could imagine a world where maybe a level, we skipped a level in some battle passes for some reason. So that would allow for this. So this will add it all to the array. Once the array is done, to be honest, I think we can just return and we can take these battle pass items we've been making and we can send it out. And I think that's all that we have to do. Right, so we come here. This is just like going to be empty because you didn't give us something sensical. As long as it's sensical, we'll just go through and give you all the data that you wanted. Oh, I suppose like one place where this would be false would be like once we started to go above, like let's say you wanted 51 or something. Like they would probably want to give you like the default item. Great. The only weird thing would be like, I wonder if there's like a way to restrict really passive here. I only really want positive numbers. Because then you might get stuff like, if you pass like 0, you could get like, and we automatically like assume that like anything that you pass us, you wanted to like fill with the default item, like might not be good. So I think if I'm going to do a default item, I'll just do it like really manually and anything. So And I'll just make a default item over here that can be grabbed. So that should work. So now I should be able to come over here and say like on, I think it's initialize. Cosmetic non-gameplay action is fine. So like really what I want to do is like get game instance here. The game instance. Then I want to like get Steam, get a cast to VP game instance, right? That gives me access to Steam stats. Dot Steam. How did I do that? Not immediately clear. Put it over here though. Basically doing this code again. I can just copy and paste. All this is like pretty standard, so. I'll explain to you guys exactly what it's doing here in just a second. Let's see what happens when I compile. Yeah, I thought so. So I'm going to the game instance, which is like what stores states between like that exists like as you're moving between the levels, like you're going in the game and stuff. To be honest, this is like not needed anymore. What this was doing was like ensuring that your stats were ready to go, but I don't actually need that. Right, so this gives me access to everything that I was doing in here. So now I can say like off this, I can say like get level, get multiple level data here. Right. And since I'm not changing the state of anything, this is fine. So I'm showing all, this should give me everything that I want, right? And then I just have to say for each in here. For everything in this loop, right? I want to add a Battlepass item. Okay, let me go see what I was doing here. Call this Battlepass items rollbox here. So now I can get this. solve for the 0 problem. But I think there's some clever stuff. The image texture here. I might like go in here and edit this so it like is in order because of the text. Right. And just do all these items. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete some of these. I'll leave one. Just to see if it works, and then I'm curious if I delete it, if it will like be appropriate or not. So let's see what happens here. Get it right on the first try. Oh, well, we created the widgets, but we never did add them to the skull box because that's silly. So I think we can do this. Second try. Nice. I mean, it looks not so great, but no, it just took a second. Better. So it worked as expected. That's pretty good. So now the only thing I want to check is if I now go to the designer and I get rid of this one. So there's nothing inside the scroll box, that nothing strange happens. There's all sorts of strange things I've noticed with the editor where like if it detects it's not visible or relevant or something, it might like remove it. I haven't seen it on like components of widgets, but I've definitely seen it with widgets where like they can get cleaned up if they're like hidden too long or something like that. What's strange was happening. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing where like we don't wait long enough on the load. But like this is pretty close to what I wanted. Like even these images, which are like not as high res, like still look okay. Like I wonder if I maximize it, like how bad it gets. But that res is like 512 seems to be good enough. Border looks okay. I think like I want to make so making this a gold border, and you know if it's not a PNG, it doesn't look as good as I thought it would. But I could also like probably go and play and adjust that. Like it looks like this top border just isn't high enough. It goes all the way up here, it doesn't go here. But like if there was just like a little bit more of a border up there, it would look fine. Like here you can't tell because it's a PNG. But yeah, I can live with this. I want to definitely it's successfully unlocked for this show all button. But menu continuously works. There's no way I can break it. I can't click on anything until I close this. I wish I could grab this content and scroll that way. That doesn't seem to be working. I need to like do this. Revealing. Scroll bar is like big enough. I might make the scroll bar bigger too. It would be easier to grab. And like, is that more? Format text, tricks, UE4. I think there's like an OR thing here. Let's see how it works. Let's see if the documentation covers it.
Hello. Of course, you can simply, and then maybe the next one set is. Those are two different ways of using it. Basically, it allows you to have kind of like a wild card is named Bill, but Bill is a wild card because it's a player's node is.
What's this sound?
Those are two different ways of using it. Basically, it allows you to have kind of like wild cards inside of your input text, which you can replace with variables. So it's a good way. Maybe my character has 400 hit points. If you wonder, that's it. For it, and see how it works.
Y, and that means whatever variable value this is, it'll go, and it's going to be a type of a text. And the last, so if you subscribe and you can get videos ahead of time, early access, and it loaded up.
I felt like there was like. So I basically want to say like, if this equals 0, then like don't show anything. And I feel like there was like, oh, this actually works for once. How did I do that? So this will work very well for me. And I could like so I do something like amount and say like okay. So we would say like 0 equals I just put space here, I think, and then say other equals x, and then I think we can say plural here. And then we say, and that says like if that number is 0, then don't put anything, put a space, otherwise put an x there. And then we'll come over here and we'll say amount, and then we can probably say plural 0 equals blank again, right? Other is equal to amount, maybe. Is that valid? It takes it. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see. It's also kind of bad because it's hard to tell what's going on. But it's good because it kind of like keeps it to flow like really natural without like sprawling too much. I just opened it twice, which can be a headache sometimes. Okay, that is 100% not what I expected. This is text formatting, right? Yeah. So to put it in quotes. Use 5 characters. I did that. I mean, the blank could be cut in problem, right? Space instead of like. Sure. equals 0, then X amount. This makes me want to make it a function because I don't want it to be. Let's go to amount text here. Right, then set that to amount text, right? Otherwise, set temp amount text blank essentially. It's fine. Display texture just goes across. There's something for milestone yet. This feels a little bit crowded. Maybe we could like do that. Okay, that's not too bad. Check if the amount is that. If it's not equal to. These are backwards. Say if this integer is equal, then there's no amount text. Otherwise, the amount text is x times the amount. This should give us what we want. Now that's real clever. Oh, I know why. I know why, because I didn't connect this right here. But that's a pretty good sign that it's gonna work, but we'll do it. We'll do it one more time. Makes 100. There's not X's on the milestones anymore, which are both 0 values, so like it looks great. I don't like the fact that like there's kind of this like inherited like 0 amount. I kind of wonder if I should say like should show amount, right? Then I could just branch here. But that's like another checkbox on the data entry that is annoying. But it would make it clearer than like people coming and being like, why does he put 0 here? It should be 1, you know. I could easily see somebody being like, oh, this code is wrong. These are, you give one of these amounts. Being more explicit is good. I think. The other thing is I could try to just tooltip it. I don't really know how tooltips and structures work, but I'm pretty sure I could like make it so like if you highlighted this like a tool, yeah, just this display texture now. I think I could say like if it's 0, then like it won't show. The amount won't show. I'm overthinking it and slowing myself down again. Let's just keep moving forward. default now of this to be successfully unlocked. Sweet. So that'll go here. It'll stay right there, but this gives me the ability to, on this one, it's right here. Should now set as something else. And then now when we set this, and it's not there. Like, none of that would really make any sense. None of that would particularly make any sense. Definitely no colors, definitely no abilities. Yeah, none of this would really particularly make sense. Like, this would be like the next piece. Probably like good luck or... Okay, no, let's make sure that we haven't broken anything. That it looks okay when you get rid of that. Still says things actually unlocked. I didn't expect that. Oh, I know why it does that. I just keep making small mistakes. It's because the header text needs to be... Oh wait, no. This is... I did do it right. Maybe if I just put a space or something? Yeah, maybe if it's blank, it doesn't correctly set it, so just like letting this one the default. Wouldn't surprise me, but... The other thing is, it might not be good to do it on pre-construct. I mean, yeah. And then you put a space in there because it's blank, it doesn't work to put a blank in space. It almost kind of looks better with this space. I really should probably get a title. Or just call it Battlepass items. You know, I probably want to write Battlepass at some point. So. I mean, I'm gonna have UI stuff to do anyway, so I might as well add the Battlepass. Now that you save it in the string table, you go back to here. I can interface, say Battlepass. The benefit here is like this will be localized now. This is string table reference. So now I just like add it in there and it'll automatically get localized correctly. So just do a quick double check that this is not gonna like strange. Now we show all this is Battlepass. I think that looks a lot better. Sweet. What else do I want to do? So I want to fix this now, so it's not using the old method, otherwise it's just going to get hectic. But this shouldn't be that hard. one is that like I could like search as a data table. Or I could completely like embrace the structure methodology here and rewrite all the code, which might be better. It's like the way I'm doing it now. Yeah, this weird. Like if you zoom out, it's not there, but you zoom in and it's there. Like you like move around a bit. I don't like it. What does it seem attached to? See, so I can like push. That's not what I want to do. Maybe this is to make it look better. Right, then I don't have to worry about that line anymore. Let's also go to endpoint request, var rest JSON object reference. Get var rest JSON object. Oh gosh, so this one doesn't actually work. Because I've never seen this one before, right? Oh, it's just endpoint request, so yeah, I can just get endpoint request here. Attach this. The code's not changing at all. It works exactly the same. Oh gosh, now there's two going right now. We're just making it look cleaner. See, we're doing all this logic here to like set this, but to be honest, I might just be able to drop in two of those show all item things here. The other option too would be like leave it as it is, but if I use the UI here, I might be able to drill into people that like the golden box that I want to add later is like an actual thing here. Let's just see what happens if I like add a Battlepass item. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. I wonder if I can like size box this down. Like, hey dog, I want you to like okay, so I don't even know how I might even do this. Skill box. Place for child. Skill box. Skill fit. There you go. You can actually, there it would look like this. And I can. Do I want that? There's some nicety to the just like spawn it inside. I could like add a child to it, I think. I could just like define the scale box, add the child to it. Once it was ready. Things look the same no matter what. Which has good things to it. I just look for specific levels. That wouldn't be too bad. If I delete the thing inside the scale box, does the scale box still like remain? Yep. So then I just like control the scale box if I want. I get rid of all like this, 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 and this. These two items in there. Yeah, I think this is Oh. Okay, let's try this out. So we'll call this the next level box. Definitely gonna have to be a variable. Oh, yeah. I did see that this sometimes runs twice. Oh, yeah, but this was supposed to stop it from running twice, so I think it should be okay now. So it'll stay the same. Then we go down here, and I think this is all the code. Let's see here. I really should have commented. I think this is all the code that sets the next level. And this calls the endpoint. Oh, this does the next level, and this does the next milestone. So instead, we want to say something like we'll do this, and then we want to like add a child to it. And that child is like create a widget. It's a Battlepass item. Okay, I have a few ideas that make some things better. First off is when we go in here, we already set the amount text here, right? So I could check, I could handle the logic here. Since we want it to act the same way no matter like who's adding this, this would be like the more appropriate place to add it. So instead, I want to add a new variable, and we're going to call it amount. Okay. And it's going to be an integer. And since editable is exposed on spawn, then we're going to like no longer do this. And I just wanted to default. And I'll say like if amount is 0, then it will not display the amount. Right. Then I can say like get the amount here to a branch. See if it equals 0. And if so, branch if it equals 0, then set amount text to nothing. Otherwise, set amount text to format text x amount. This will get amount. Boom. So we just said this needs to happen before the amount of text is set. So I can go right here. This goes here. We do this. And now the logic's encapsulated in here. Compile, save, and when we go back over here, we need to remember to do it, so I'll just do it ahead. now. Let's see, so this no longer exists. It's interesting that, like, I think I need to do this. Battle pass item. Boom, and the amount comes back, right? Now I can, like, wipe this. I don't need this temp amount text anymore. Right, and I just pass the amount in like this. I can also, like, add the milestone. So I should do that now too. So we'll say milestone. And it's a boolean. Say this will handle any special formatting we want to do for milestone items. And that'll go up to config, and it's an instance editable, and it's exposed on spawn. Then we go back to show all file. I think it's not going to appear. Pass item, milestone, boom. Then we can do that. And I kind of wonder if there's any way we can, like, make level text higher when we, like, make this. This is like, oh, well, maybe this will make it go higher. It might just be the order they were created, so, like, it's not the end of the world. Let's see. Oh, no, it is the order they are in. So now I can make it all nice and pretty here. So this can go like this. And see how much cleaner that code is. That's great. I mean, to be honest, I wonder if I just pass the structure in. The benefits of passing the structure is like, as I add things to it, it always gets it. The detriment is it could have, like, a lot more data than it absolutely needs. Like, if we started adding other things to it. But, like, realistically, like, the only ones that would make a big difference is, like, if you have, like, images or videos. Well, we could, like, add a video or something that, like, lets you preview it. Then it would be on the item itself, I think, too. Yeah, I won't worry about it for now. I'm not sure. There's pros and cons. So, the real reason we did this is now, see how we have this. Gosh, it would make it real simple though. Because I wouldn't have to break the structure. Right, so, like, this is like that. And then I just go over here to this, like, client get level image. And I'm like, this is now get level data. Right, and then pass it in, and instead of returning this texture 2D, we're gonna, like, return this data structure. This, say, Battlepass item data, right, and I'm going to say does data table will exist, right? Remember we did this, so now I just have to do this. Only had to change it in this one place, so it will, like, be updated for all the code. And then the row name is just this. Remember we have to go to string. String. Now let me convert it to text. And if it's true, need to do this. Yeah, because I'm willing to return null. I can just actually just say go straight for this level. And if it's found, then give it here. And if it's not found, then don't do anything. And return to blank. And that's pretty simple. As simple as you can get. This is all going to be wrong because I don't need this anymore. To be honest, I should probably just do this. Something maybe like this. This is deprecated code. Let me just break this again. And this is where, like, this is kind of talking about, like, oh, if I just passed it, I could just drag this and pass it in, right? But, like, data, like, I might want to expand the data structure in the future that might include things to this item which it doesn't want to use, and then it would have a reference to all that and would hold on to it, so, like, it could load things into memory that I don't want to be loaded into memory. So I think that this is a much better way to do it. Look at this, this image texture 2D is now like on the top. Something seems wrong. Let's try like... Yeah. There we go, now they're all in the order that I want to get. Right, so it's going to do that. And now when I compile, everything should be happy. Yep. So this is like, go get the next level. And if it exists, like, add this child. Oh, this might, like, oh gosh. We need to do, like, an is valid check here. Valid. Equals. No. Oh, no. Why does it have array utilities? It's not an array. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I know why it's doing that. Yeah, there's no, like, is this stuff valid? So I need to think about this. I could have this pass it back and say success, right? And then change this to a boolean. It's successful here, but not successful there. And the reason I need that is because I need to be able to kind of branch off this. So it's like, if it's true, then do this, and if it's false, continue on to the next set of things to do. So if you hit control, you can do this. You can move it. I'll go ahead and just like continue to let this run because I'm just curious to see. Oh yeah, it won't work because I fucked it up. Let's just see what it looks like before I like change everything over to it. Oh gosh, it's 5:17. I'm about to have to call it. It is late. Oh, interesting. I guess the visibility doesn't. What? How did that even get set? Oh, I guess it was just showing 100 because that's what the default is. I'm surprised that. Oh, this is widget editor's visibility. This isn't the actual visibility of the thing. So. Oh, and I know why it's not showing because there's not a next level. Because my level's really high. Okay, I want to take this before I go to bed. So the reason is it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do, other than the fact that that thing's still visible. Because that's only editor visibility that I talk about, not in client. So I need to. Set my user stats. And yeah, I'll set myself back to. Oh gosh, I have to set my experience back too, or it's gonna instant level me. I don't know. Let's set like my experience to like 950 or something. 958. Let's set it something weird. And now, if I run it, nice. I'm level 9, so it should be showing the 10 here. I'm not really sure why it's not. And it could be that this is just not succeeding. Right, this could be failing. I mean, it should just be like this, right? It should just be like. I should see something, right? Okay, we'll try this one more thing. If it doesn't work, it's a problem for another day. I'm getting sleepy. I just think that child must not be being created. Oh! Nope. I think I saw the error. Let's see what it says. I haven't seen this error anyway. I'll look into why I see that. This is because of any problems. Get level data. Succeeded in getting level data. I mean, maybe there's like set child. I'm pretty sure the scale box can only have one child, so maybe it could be something in regards to that, where like it creates an old child and I need to like replace it instead, but it doesn't look like it. Let's see what this is like here. Huh. It's not running the code. Oh, no, here it is. Succeeded in getting level data. So maybe I need to like specify it for some strange reason. Did I do anything over here special? No, I didn't specify it. also be succeeding too, and just like if I just add a child to it and I run it, I really need to stop. Yeah, the system closed. Okay, save file. If I just add it straight up, like, does it appear? Okay. That's actually a good sign. Like, I don't know why it doesn't appear. Like, is something wrong with, like, the Z order, or, like this doesn't even appear, right? So that's why something's messed up with the scale box itself. Oh, anchoring. Yeah, of course it's the anchoring. I'm dumb. So all of these are anchored in a specific way. Oh gosh, is there no way to see how I anchored them? I forget. I didn't see it on the screen, but like, yeah. I think I said like anchor to the bottom right. Like, I'm actually so sure that this is right. I'm just gonna wipe this out. And like, we're gonna see some shit now. Yeah, boom. Yeah, it's green. Okay. Takes a while for it to like buzz in. It actually is like, this is actually like, this stuff is like a lot more noticeable. So I have to like add a little bit of a loading screen in. Just so that doesn't happen. But yep. This is a good stopping spot for tonight. I think I can replace the items tomorrow. And what else do I have left to do? Nothing really. Start to get the images. Start to integrate the other people's code. Slide, gotta think about how we save that stuff. But I think the Battlepass is pretty much ready from the UI and the code side. I could do the callback, so when I see like a success, that it tells you, it looks at your level, it tells you what item you just got. If you got multiple at the same time, it wouldn't do a good job right now, but I'm also, that shouldn't happen. The only time that should ever happen is if like the granting service goes down, and then I turn it back on, and people gained a lot of levels during that time. But you should never gain that many levels at once. just like dead servers. So doesn't look like the games are breaking up that much. Not that many people on though. I wanted to look at this. Last 8 hours. I want to see current tickets. Has it been more than 8 hours now? Yeah, it actually has been. See matches created. Yeah, there's a lot less like duplicate matches. Like this signifies that like maybe something didn't go exactly right. But it's not guaranteed. That's the thing, is that it counts as a match created when like a backfill ticket like succeeds too. So it could be good that like all these tickets happen at the same time, because it could be like a singular server. I wonder if there's a way to see like part of the problem that I have is I think that 3 is too many games to get to human players. I think a lot of people play 3 games and are like, okay, that was kind of okay, and then like bounce out before they start to see other humans. They start to think it's all bots. So I think definitely the change down to 1 win will be better. I'll also buff bots, so like you won't necessarily win against bots the first time. I think most people still will. I don't think they'll be so strong, but they'll hit you more. And make sure there's not like a ton more ticket cancellations than there previously were. Not really. In fact, maybe you might even argue there's less, right? But that could just be like, it's like the lowest time that anybody actually plays the game. So this could just be like not that many people are playing. This many ticket cancels are pretty heavy, but I think this is when the group was on that was trying to like rig getting the same match together, which I think I should have fixed a lot of that problem now. So I'm hoping to see like better numbers tomorrow. For example, yeah, my average match time hasn't changed much. It's like double, like this will like ensure that I'm outside the time period, right? So that's like my average match time. Oh no, this is just like current stuff. Yeah, so this isn't. I should have checked this before I could look at time to take a success, right? I bumped down like how long it took for like a single player match to get created. You can see it instantly drop here to like 120. You can see during peak times, like the time to take success on average like drops quite a bit. During non-peak times, you know, people have to wait to get a match started. But some people that come in and join like a person already in progress don't have as long. Huh. Interesting stuff. Well, thank you all for watching. More call there, and I shall perhaps see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna stream more regularly now that I'm not working on some like handling all the API keys as much. I think I should be able to show off what we're doing a little bit more often.